week 12 of the fantasy basketball season, and here's a few forwards I look to buy and trade for this week. And these guys, you want to buy them low, and I think you could. The first guy, Zion Williamson of the New Orleans Pelicans. So we know Zion's a great talent. Last season, he missed all of last year. And now this year, he was on a monster tear, but now he's out multiple weeks here with a right hamstring strain. And they're going to take it careful with him, obviously, over there in New Orleans, especially a lower body injury to a guy of this size with this muscle mass in Zion Williamson. And the weight he carries on the season, 26 points a game, 7 rebounds, 4.6 assists, 1.1 steals, and 60% from the field. So a guy who don't hit the three ball, obviously. He just plays bully ball and gets above the rim in the paint here. He was having a monster year, especially with the 26 a game in the last couple weeks before he went down with injury. 31.3 points a game, 5.8 rebounds, 3.8 assists, and 63% from the field. So Zion Williamson's been a monster this season for this Pelican team. That's had a great year so far. So the last few games before he went out December 28th versus the Timberwolves, 43 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, a block, a 3, 66% from the field. December 30th versus the Sixers, 36 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, 68% from the field. December 31st in Memphis, 20 points, 9 boards, and assists, 37% from the field. And January 2nd in Philly, 26 points, 6 boards, 7 assists, 83% from the field. So right now, he's probably going to miss 2 or 3 weeks here with the hamstring injury. That's definitely a tricky injury because once you aggravate it, it takes a while for that hammy to heal. And with the way he plays, with his explosiveness to the hoop, obviously, and stuff as Zion Williamson is in his athleticism, this injury, they might keep him out even weeks. So right now, I don't think you got to give up much to get him on your roster with this injury here. And it's a perfect buy low here because once he's back in game action and ready to go, like I said, that's 25 and 7 or 8 nightly for Zion Williamson. The next guy is Jabari Smith of the Houston Rockets. So Smith so far mixed bag of results in his rookie season here with the Rockets. 12.1 points a game, 6.9 rebounds, a block, 1.9 threes, and an awful 38% from the field here. But we know he was a top pick for a reason. He should have been the number 1 pick, many people thought. But obviously the Magic went in a different direction. And the last few games here, Smith's been hot and cold. December 29th at Dallas, 16 points, 4 boards, and assists, a steal, 53% from the field. December 31st versus the Knicks, 10 points, 2 boards, an assist, 3 threes, 37% from the field. January 2nd versus Dallas, 11 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, 2 blocks, a 3, 44% from the field. And January 4th at the Pelicans, 14 points, 13 boards, an assist, 2 steals, a block, 2 threes, 30% from the field. So right here, field goal percentage, he's going to hurt you. Turnovers, he's going to hurt you. And at least he's hitting some 3-pointers. This Rocket team, they're a team that just goes up and down the floor a lot with all these young guns, 19, 20 years old, and they just cook threes up left and right. So right here, if he gets under control a little bit, Jabari Smith, and takes a little better and easier shots here, it could be sky's the limit where this guy breaks out about 17, 18 points a game as the season goes on. But right now, he's definitely playing pretty decent basketball, especially coming off the 14 and 13. But his efficiency hasn't been there, and he still has growing pains. But right now, I think you could strike a deal where you don't got to give up much to get him and get him on a little bit of a discount. And the third and final forward I look to buy low this week here is Anthony Davis to the Los Angeles Lakers. So another guy injured, and we'll see when he comes back. But right now, he's saying that foot injury, the pain has gone down mightily here for Anthony Davis. So far, he was having a monster bounce-back season, 27.4 points a game, 12.1 rebounds, 2.6 assists, 1.3 steals, 2.1 blocks, and 59% from the field. So those were New Orleans Pelican numbers that Davis was putting up this season with the Lakers. We saw pretty much year in and year out with the Pelicans, those type of numbers that he's had so far this season. But we also have seen year in, year out, pretty much every season, the injuries here for Anthony Davis, and he just can't stay healthy. So right now, we don't know when he's going to come back. He's been out over the last 3 weeks here for this LA Laker team and fantasy owners. And obviously, he's a big asset when he plays, and when he's right, he's one of the best players in fantasy basketball. So right now, while he's out, and you got to give up top players, obviously, maybe 1 or 2 decent guys to get Davis on your team while he's injured, and the Davis owner ain't patient. This will be the time to do it, because once he comes back, his value is going to skyrocket back to where it was, and it's going to be tough to try to make a deal for him if you want him. So that's a few forwards I look to buy and trade for here for Week 12 of the fantasy basketball season.